Have you ever said something in anger that you later regretted? Have you ever allowed fear, anxiety, jealousy, or frustration to control your decisions? If so, you are not alone. For thousands of years, human beings have struggled with their emotions. While emotions are a natural part of life, ancient Stoic philosophers believed that allowing them to control us leads to suffering, poor decisions, and a loss of inner peace. The Stoics didn't teach emotional suppression. They taught emotional mastery. As the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Today, we'll explore 8 Stoic habits that can help you master your emotions and become calmer, stronger, and more resilient. Habit 1. Question your first reaction. When something upsetting happens, most people react immediately. The Stoics believe this is a mistake. Epictetus taught that events themselves do not disturb us. What disturbs us is our judgment about those events. When you feel anger, fear, or frustration rising, pause and ask yourself, am I reacting to reality or my interpretation of reality? That's a good science fiction question, too. A harsh comment, a setback at work, an unexpected disappointment may not be as terrible as your mind initially believes. The first emotional reaction is often impulsive. Wisdom begins when you examine it. As Epictetus famously said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Habit 2. Focus only on what you can control. One of the most powerful Stoic habits is learning to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not. You cannot control others. You cannot control the past. You cannot control every outcome. You can't even control the weather. But you can control your actions, your choices, and your character. Much emotional suffering comes from trying to control things that were never ours to control in the first place. The Stoics encourage focusing all of your energy on what is actually within your power. And when you stop fighting reality, you will experience greater peace. Habit 3. Delay your response. Seneca considered anger one of the most destructive emotions. His solution was surprisingly simple. Don't react immediately. Create space between the feeling and action. When you're angry, wait. When you're offended, pause. When emotions are running high, remain silent until reason returns. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Many of life's biggest regrets happen because people act in the heat of emotion. The Stoic understands that a few moments of patience can prevent years of regret. Habit 4. Practice daily self-reflection. The Stoics treated self-reflection as a daily exercise. Each evening, Seneca would review his day and ask himself, what did I do well? What mistakes did I make? What can I improve on tomorrow? This habit builds emotional awareness. Many people repeat the same emotional mistakes because they never stop to examine them. Reflection helps you identify patterns of anger, fear, insecurity, and impulsiveness before they take control. The unexamined emotion often becomes a recurring problem. The examined emotion becomes an opportunity for growth. Habit 5. Reframe difficult situations. Marcus Aurelius believed that perspective determines much of our emotional experience. When something difficult happens, most people immediately label it as bad. The Stoic asks a different question. How can I use this? Every challenge contains an opportunity to develop patience, resilience, wisdom, or courage. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle itself becomes the path." Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can this teach me? That simple shift can transform frustration into strength. Habit 6. Expect difficulties. Many emotional breakdowns occur because reality fails to meet our expectations. The Stoics practice what is known as negative visualization. They occasionally imagine setbacks, disappointments, criticism, and challenges before they happen. This wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. By expecting that life will sometimes be difficult, you become less shocked when the difficulties actually arrive. As Seneca observed, he robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. Prepared minds remain calm when others panic. Habit 7. Simplify your desires. The philosopher Epicurus, although not technically a Stoic, offered wisdom that the Stoics deeply respected. He believed much of emotional suffering comes from endless desire. People constantly chase more money, more status, more possessions, more approval. The result is often anxiety and dissatisfaction. Epicurus wrote, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not." The Stoics similarly taught that happiness comes not from acquiring everything you want, but from appreciating what you already possess. Gratitude weakens jealousy. Contentment weakens anxiety. Simplicity strengthens emotional stability. And finally, habit 8. Train your mind every day. Perhaps the most important Stoic habit is consistent practice. The Stoics understood that emotional mastery isn't achieved overnight. Just as muscles grow through repeated exercise, character grows through repeated discipline. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily. Epictetus taught daily reflection. Seneca practiced continual self-improvement. They understood that emotional resilience is built one day at a time. You don't become calm by reading about calmness. You become calm by practicing calmness. You don't become courageous by studying courage. You become courageous by acting courageously. The Stoic path is not a destination. It is a lifelong practice. The ancient Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering yourself, not from controlling the world, not from controlling other people, but from controlling your own mind. Remember these 8 Stoic habits. Question your first reaction. Focus on what you can control. Delay your response. Practice daily self-reflection. Reframe difficulties. Expect challenges. Simplify your desires. And train your mind every day. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. The more you practice these habits, the less your emotions will control you, and the more you'll be able to face life with wisdom, strength, and inner peace. Let's do a little experiment. After all, philosophy is just a bunch of words if you don't put it into practical use. Choose one of the 8 Stoic habits. Go ahead and pause this video if you need some time, And take your time, because in the meantime, I'm going to take about a 10-second coffee break. Okay, let's get started. Now that you have one of the Stoic practices firmly in your mind, I'm going to ask 3 questions to use in the experiment. What did I do well? What mistakes did I make? What can I improve on tomorrow? So here's the experiment. For the next week, answer each of these questions once every day concerning the Stoic practice you chose. The answers may or may not change. Don't worry about that. Just answer truthfully at the time. And consider reviewing this video halfway through the week to see if you gain any new insights. Hopefully this will bring you some clarity and you can begin to move forward. Now, philosophy thrives in conversation and argument. Please add your comments below. To go deeper, check the description and pinned comment for additional resources. And if you found this helpful, I would appreciate it if you give a gentle tap to the like and subscribe buttons. And remember, in all things and at all times, be a philosopher.